live. We live.
We're live. It's Saturday Night Lights. So what's new in your arena, man?
Nothing much. Nothing much. Go on and say the mantra right quick so I can roll up.
Okay. In fact, I wrote up a new mantra. All right. Through the power, force, might, and will of the great nothingness of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible life, from which comes the absolute all. All that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into physical realization, actualization, and form, as we all now willing commanded to be. It's now being and becoming an active force of higher consciousness and an active force of infinite intelligence within us all. Now being and becoming the great primordial dragon god sign Kundalini flame. Now whirling and ascending up our spine from our root chakra to our central heart chakra and on up to our royal crown chakra, igniting our royal crown chakra, illuminating our first eye, the Lord Amunel Dragon, the hidden priestly grandmaster magi, the dragon god son king and queen, igniting the 72 chakras in our first eye, my 72 dragon god son kings and queens, and all of our legions of 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 armies 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 of armies. Now, being and becoming our own Grandmaster Mother Dragon God Son Light Beam Mind Ship, our Merkaba. Now, opening up a supermassive black hole, folding this time and space continuum, returning back to our original primordial beginning, returning back to our original primordial station and original primordial DNA blueprint before creation and the humanity and before the fall of our primordial soul, renewing our dark matter, dark energy souls, reabsorbing our original primordial essences, reigniting the divine spark back to its original primordial charge, recharging our infinite soul back with the great mother dragon goddess queen, being and becoming something brand new that's never been, being and becoming one with the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into being now, as we all now willing commanded to be. Now bringing all out war, judgment, death, and destruction to the multi-universe created by the lower multi-dimensional archonic demiurge angelic and demonic energies that slayed our primordial souls before creation, using our primordial energy to create this light and energy extracting creation matrix, imprisoning our souls, keeping us ignorant of our true higher selves so it can feed off of our light through this wicked worldly system until now, because now is the time of their fall, as our new higher primordial dark matter, dark energy self return back to creation from our primordial beginning, traveling through a supermassive black hole in our Grandmaster Mother Dragon God Son Light Beam Mind Ship, our Merkaba. Now ripping through and tearing holes into this space-time continuum, circling all of the corners of the earth, awakening all of the holy divine sparks at once. Now all shedding their physical cocoons, being and becoming beings, being and becoming dark matter, dark energy beings, emitting a new primordial light. Now all ascending into the Grandmaster Mother Dragon God Son Light Beam Mind Ship, our Merkaba, along with the infinite soul of Mother Earth and her children, leaving an empty shell behind as we open up a supermassive black hole, folding out of this created matrix as it is completely destroyed, as well as we are all reunited back with the infinite all as one, now free to begin experiencing true divine love, being and becoming a new primordial universe where the earth is renewed into something brand new and beyond description, as our souls are now free to become our own worlds as kings and queens, exploring a new and never explored universe and multiverse in peace, love, and harmony until this day of Brahma becomes the night of Brahma. Through the power, force, might, will of the great nothingness, the almighty powers of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible light, from which comes the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming into realization, actualization, and form as we are now willing and commanded to be. Abracadabra.
Yeah. Presto change up.
Yep. That's something a little different.
Right.
That's how I'm really feeling.
Okay.
The hell with this place.
So what's been up, man?
Man, just sitting back watching this grand soap opera called Life on Planet Earth, or whatever the fuck we're on. I mean, the way things are just unfolding is crazy. It's just getting crazier and crazy. I mean, if you start adding everything up together, you start coming up with some crazy ideas. Well, I do.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the way that all the governments are behaving, I mean, you right now, Taiwan is up for grabs. You know, Taiwan is the number one maker of semiconductors on the planet. Every military, modern military, they can't fight a war without Taiwan. And if China takes Taiwan, they will have the most advanced military for the rest of this century, which means the US would definitely go to war for Taiwan because we wouldn't be able to have a modern military without the technology that they have there with the semiconductors. So that's a soap opera right there.
Well, there was like in the 90s a lot of realization of imperialism, globalization, and these things were exposed. So a lot of these governments went into a propaganda campaign to make it appear as if they had no interest in this whole world order, this whole new world order, and things of that nature. And then we most people just start paying attention because the vibration is getting higher, and now it's like people can't deny what's going on. So people are paying more attention to the things now. So things are not just going up under the radar anymore as they used to
No,
be.
it's all out in the open.
All of these countries right now, like you said, have turned against humanity, and they are on a mission to be the same warmongers that have dominated this planet all of these years, who have oppressed and enslaved humanity all these years. And
No, I don't. No, I think it's deeper, something far more sinister than that. I think it's about
no matter,
survival.
I'm not worried about what's sinister or not. That's what I'm explaining how
Uh-huh.
the
Well, okay,
situation of how these governments on the planet right now,
yeah,
governments on the planet right now have turned totally against humanity. And now it's at the point where humanity has to realize that and topple their governments in order for humanity to be free. Now, humanity have been socially engineered for the most part, and most people are automatons, and they just go on and get along. And that's the biggest problem. about governments right now. Governments is not the problem. The problem is us allowing the government to get away with it, constantly getting away with, under the guise of the interests of the people, securing the interests of the people, and they're doing nothing but running humanity into the ground right
Well, yeah, yeah, of course. But however, they've really stepped it up a whole notch plus more. And I believe there's a major reason for that because they see something coming that we weren't able to see before, but now we kind of see it coming and we're feeling the effects of it. And they're already scrambling right now. They're putting it's a game of chess. Everybody's scrambling to put their men in the right places at the right time at the sacrifice of humanity. So that way, when this thing that happens, if there's a such thing as a light at the end of the tunnel, they want to make it out the end of the tunnel, and then be that oppressive government or
now. I don't think. I think they already know they're not going to make it.
huh?
I think they know they're not going to make it. So I
Well,
think
that don't mean they're not going to try.
they've attempted. This is whole. They've now they've attempted to grasp the gravity of what's happening. Why do they think? Why do you think they attempt to explore space to find other planets? Because they're trying to waste this one and go to another one and waste that one. But
assuming if
the
they're
dynamics of the universe doesn't work like that. Those
Mm-hmm.
planets you can't travel to. You can't travel to. There's no propulsion system that they have that will allow them. Now, what's happening really is that they're finding out the real physics of nature now, the real physics of reality.
Well,
they're figuring it out more. They're figuring out the actual physics of reality is multidimensional. So,
the answer they have to that already is the Large Hadron Collider.
They probably have. That's why they got the collider. They're attempting to figure it out. They haven't figured it all out yet.
No, but that's that's the answer they're trying to attempt to. That's what they're attempting to make. They have the Large Hadron Collider. They have the quantum computers, and then you have AI, and then you have the nanomite technology. Out of that, I'm sure they're trying to figure out a way, at least trying to make them an ultimate or alternate dimension or something. I don't know. But from what I heard, the Great Mother is not really pleased with the situation down here. And she's not pleased that beings were created here without counsel of without the divine counsel that are not able to ascend.
The thing about it, the mother's been saying it, but we just under the male chauvinism that we have to hear from another male first before we consider the male. The female's been saying this for years already.
Mm-hmm.
They've been saying that the mother is not pleased and she's bringing this energy of destruction to this planet right now. It's all the mother. It's all the feminine energy that's really, how when they talk about a woman scorn.
Yeah,
that's what's coming. That's what's coming right now.
Well, yeah. It's okay. That's part of it, but also there's some love too that's coming because there's a lot of love that's also needed.
I mean, that would be love when your mama whooped your ass because you did some shit. She did that out of love. She whooped your ass out of love.
What I mean by that is that the type of love that will enable people that are not able to ascend, that don't have souls, to be able to acquire them and to be able to figure out a way to ascend. That type of love.
Well, said, at the end of the day, those who have soul have always had the option of having a soul. It
Mm-hmm.
depends upon them. You know
Well, they have the option of.
They've been vibrating at a level where they have denied their own ability to even contain a soul, to have a soul. So a lot of it is based on, because all of what they've done would be contrary to a
And,
soul.
and then on the flip side of that, you have a bunch of people that don't have souls and that are willing to do the work to ascend.
That's yeah.
Okay. Right. So, right. And the great mother, she's not gonna deny anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely, because she understands that even if it's not a direct spawn of her, it's an indirect spawn of an indirect product of her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
So he's still
and
going to
that
have
has to be
nectar with it.
Yeah, and that has to be addressed, because they say at one point in history, what you see in Ethiopia, those little starving babies with their bellies all out and all that stuff, at one time it was the other way around.
Talking about the Europeans was like that?
Yep.
I mean, we felt pity upon the Europeans. Why? A lot of times what happened was those are genetic experiments that kind of got out of hand.
Yeah.
And we had to do the humane thing and bring them into civilization.
And then in the lodge that was responsible for that, they didn't pay the price for it. We ended up paying the price for it.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily because it was all a lesson. You know, we predict the future. Ain't nothing surprising to us. We predict that we are all naturally clairvoyants. We have natural clairvoyance. Everyone is not tapped in and tuned into it, but we're natural clairvoyants. So there's really nothing that we've done that we didn't have insight and foresight upon before it was done. But
well, okay, yeah, that. But however, when we do come down here in the physical, we kind of do like say, well, let's pretend like we don't know.
No, we forget. Of course, yeah, we forget perfectly too, and that's part of the evolution too.
Yeah,
come down here, forget, and then have to gather those faculties back up.
Yeah, it would still be responsible. Yeah, yeah. You're really, you come down here, you're responsible for this, but at the same time, you chose to forget.
Of course,
but yeah,
I mean, it wouldn't even be fun. To me, it wouldn't even be fun if you remembered everything.
I know.
It's not fun. It's no fun that way. It's no fun.
Yeah, it's a hell of a mission to be on. Right. It's a hell of a journey. Yeah. 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 Well, yeah, that is kind of fun. So, yeah, so here we are, man. Here we are at this.
I think I look at it like this. Our ancestors set up an incentive trust. Right? They set up an incentive trust. Right?
Yes.
And the incentive is to evolve to the next level. If you don't evolve, then you can't gain your inheritance. Right? It's like, most incentive trusts, they say you have to be, like, a lot of times they give them incentive trusts, you have to be passed, you have to go through college, then you have to produce an heir in order for you to get that trust money.
Yeah.
Well, this is the same type of fucking situation, right? But
yes.
Spiritual wealth. It's like soul wealth. You know what I'm saying? That we're gaining. And it's really based on us reevaluating, reorientating us to what is actually valuable. Like, because nothing we've been convinced of is valuable. That shit is nothing. That shit all cinder.
Because the shit of real true value is not in this world. This world was meant as an in simulation to come down to build. Let's say in the other world we're gods. We have we have all these abilities, but you reach a peak, and the only way to go further, you have to come down here and go through this shit, and while you're going through this shit, regain some memory and build your God skills down here, expand take your shit to a whole nother level. So when you do cross back over, you won't be at the same level as you were before you came. You'll get to the next level that you wanted to get to as a God. But in order to get to this next higher level, you have to come down here.
Yeah. It really makes you appreciate your divinity too. Makes you appreciate your divinity.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You're gonna appreciate your divinity.
Hell yeah. You gonna, because shit, man. The only thing that's divine, this is boot camp down here, man. This is straight out boot camp.
Right.
Yeah. Fucking drill sergeant on your ass every day in some kind of way.
Boot camp is boot camp in learning how to utilize your powers.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing is a lot of it is based on what have you allowed yourself to be fed by mentally. What have you like to be fed in your mind all these years, right? And were you able to be like? Cause I've never fallen under the program. Never. I've always been conscious and aware of things going on. And it was not something that was so complicated that anybody can't do it. I think most people choose to be oblivious. Why? Because when it appears to most people that if I'm oblivious, then I'm not accountable or I don't have to be accountable or responsible.
Well, you know what?
Going to be accountable.
They're wasting.
You can play stupid all you want.
Yeah, they're wasting their time. They don't know what they're missing out.
You're right.
They don't know what they're really missing out on, because when you close your eyes and you go within, it's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother world. Well, you can come.
That go ahead, my bad.
It's like a whole nother world. The pineal world comes on. Okay, now you can see in the dark. You can see in the darkness, and in this darkness, you can create a construct, a whole nother world. You can etherically attract yourself to all that dark energy and dark matter that's there, and pull this shit in, and to give yourself the energy to be able to attract the things into this world that you need. And then also, as you through your etheric body, attract more and more dark matter and dark energy, I think that's going to make a difference in some way.
It does make a difference. One of the things that I learned, because I'm looking at all these movies that's coming out, they're fucking teaching me about my superpowers.
Yeah, like but you have to close your eyes.
The new Doctor Strange movie, like I said, I recommend it.
Yeah, I want to go see that.
Why? Because it's giving you a true perspective of reality and what it's multidimensional, so you can't narrow it down to what people have convinced themselves as what it is. You can't. At this point, no, don't. You can come at all you want. I'm not. This is why we all have that era in the between 2000s and no, I'll be seeing. I would say between 2005 and like
Mm-hmm.
2010, 11 in that era, right? 2012. No, it's
Mm-hmm.
even further on, like 2020. I think the debate shit ended around 2000 what when Bobby came on the scene real heavy, like 2000 what 8,
Well,
5, 10.
Bobby. Well, no, he ended in 10. He was gone in 2010. That's when he had a stroke. But Bobby was on the scene in 92, 93,
No, I'm
94.
saying when he got really popular on the scene, when he was just blowed up,
Oh,
like
oh,
2000
well,
something.
yeah.
It was like
20, yeah.
around 2000 is when the debates ended. Why? Because he came and revealed the Gnosticism, the Gnosticism, right? Because
Narcissism.
it was in the so-called conscious community debating over history. We was debating over politics. We was debating
Yeah.
over this frivolous bullshit that really
We was,
didn't even mean nothing. It's like, and it's really just stroking each other easy because we all down here in a level of repressing. We all trying
mm-hmm.
to intellectually ejaculate to feel more important than we actually believe that we are based on the programming over these years. That's the main thing slavery done to us is programming.
Well, we wanted Bobby, they presented the mystery. The other guys brought the history.
Exactly. So they took everything literally.
Yeah. So
Everything was
Bobby,
taken literally. And we
well,
got to
that
realize that reality is not literal. It's 1% literal. I would
it's
give it 10%
99%
at most.
mental. It's
I would
mental.
give it 10% at most, literal.
Yeah.
Anything other than that, no, bro. You got to know. If you want, like, this is what people always was back in that era. That era is over with now. You can't get physical evidence and think that's the end all be all. No, that's not. No. You don't get it.
No, they're going by the
Physical
appearance.
reality is only 10% of reality, bro. So how physical reality going to
It's not even
get
that. The light only makes up 5% of the universe. The rest
exactly
is dark
what I'm
matter and
saying
dark energy.
is less than 10%. I'm just saying I'm just giving it 10% just
Oh, you give. Oh,
for the
you be
benefit of the
okay.
doubt. It's
Oh
the benefit of the
shit.
doubt. I know it's less than 10%, but I'm just saying even at 10%, it's like you're gonna dismiss the other 90% of actual reality and to suffice
Well,
your 10%.
but that's because the that 10%, that 5% light that they see out there represents the 5% of the brain that they use. And that other
Wow. Okay.
95% that they
Yeah,
don't see in the universe
that part.
represents the other
That part
part of
right
the
there.
brain that they don't use.
That part right there. They don't
And then
have.
you can
They're
take
not
it to the,
accessing the whole holistic aspect of their brain.
they're not
They're not.
accessing the
They're not
dark energy,
accessing it. Yes,
the
they're
black dot.
choosing to do it. They're choosing. They're choosing to do it. It's your choice. You have a choice to suppress your own pineal glands, your own.
But see, their intellect is getting into the way, and that's upper brain.
Right. Right.
Okay. So they're going
Right.
by upper brain.
Yes.
But
Yes.
that's only 5%. That's
And
five
that's
percent of the
crazy.
universe.
That upper brain is only meant for programming. You can just upload a program in there and it's supposed to process the program. That's it. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's where the demiurge in them, and that's where they can work. That's their territory.
Exactly. And that's why they exist. They exist in that territory so well. Why? Because they're just playing you off of your own inconsistencies
Yeah,
of
and
wanting
that's
to access the totality of who you actually are. Right? Because you don't want to access the totality of who you are, you're going to be manipulated.
yep.
If you don't want to activate the totality of who you actually are, you're going to be
No,
manipulated.
no matter how much intellect you've activated,
Exactly. Intellect is like at the end of the day, I mean,
it's
it's about
pointless.
intuition more than intellect. It's about intuition.
Intellect, intellect don't mean shit in the quantum world.
No, it don't. No, the fuck it don't. All it can do is solve
Be confused.
equations, but it can't intuitively create magic out of thin air.
It can't
Like the
deal. It
universe
can't fuck with
is
the chaos
like the
realm.
universe. Look, like the universe is a perfect example of that. They said a big boom happened, and all of this came out of it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
if that's not
Came out
magic.
of what?
If
Came
that's
out of
not magic, if that's not
yeah,
magic, I don't know what the fuck is. Fuck out of here
yeah.
with that.
Yeah, but some people believe that Big Bang theory is it's not. There's it's just some shit they kind of made up to describe some things.
Everything is some kind of shit they made up.
Yeah,
Fuck. They don't want.
yeah,
Man, come on now.
yeah,
Everything is some shit they fucking made up.
yeah.
Why? Because even religion is a priesthood, y'all. Not religion. Science is a priesthood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Science
yeah.
is a
Oh,
priesthood. That's a religion. Science is a goddamn religion.
yeah,
That's why
yeah.
they always theorizing. Theory. The root word of a theory is I believe this is what it is. Motherfucker, y'all are fucking religion.
Yeah, yeah,
But
we
then
believe.
you appear,
Yeah,
you play off of the ignorance of most people, and you
that
make it
sounds like a
appear like, oh,
quasi.
your expertise on the physical reality. But they're not going to let you know. This is like the archon plane. The archon play you off of, but physical reality is only 10% of your reality, though. They're not going to tell you
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
They're just going to make you. They're just going to make you. Uh,
No, they're gonna make you feel
inferior.
insignificant.
They're going to make you. They're going to make you inferior. Think you're inferior to the physical world.
And in the entire universe, that you're just a little speck. Even your galaxy is just one of billions of billions of billions of galaxy.
When
So
it's actually the other way around. All of
yeah,
that is within you.
yeah,
Everything you see out there, even
is
when they send them telescopes out, right?
yeah, they're looking in us.
All you're seeing is deeper aspects of what's going on inside of you. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, I
I don't
know.
know how
If
many
that's
telescopes y'all send out there. And this is my whole idea, my whole concept behind. They're just leading us to believe that it's about propulsion system, but they even told you they leaked it out in the conspiracy theory that it's about collapsing time space and
yeah.
folding the
Mm-hmm.
fabric of time space and then making a hole and going. What are they talking about? They talking about all of reality exists simultaneously in your pineal gland, in your third eye.
Like that. Yeah.
Everything in the universe exists right here.
Mm-hmm. And so that's that's where I took the mantra this
But
weekend.
they're going to keep you believing that there's something out there.
Yeah, you can go in here, go back to the primordial beginning before this shit, and reattach the divine spark back to the Great Mother, and become something brand new that's never been.
Look, another part of the slavery, right? Free energy. They
So
leading us to believe that no, we can never have free energy. This is the mindset I have. I'm arguing with people. It'll benefit you if we have free energy, right? Why would the fuck y'all argue with me against that? Like, who is it in the benefit of us not having free energy? It's more control. They can control us through this
it's
shit,
less. Yes,
and,
it's
and plus they're making trillions upon trillions of dollars exploiting our need for energy.
if you think Bitcoin's a great way to go, then you have to think free energy is a great way to go.
Right. And the technology is available. This
Yeah,
is what
and
I think this is exactly one of the distractions they're doing. That's one of the biggest distractions. They're
yeah,
distracting
we're
us from the fact that they already got a gang of people out here who created machines that are making generating energy out of goddamn thin air, bro.
yeah, and they can detach themselves from their centralized economic system. That's what they're afraid of us. That's their most greatest fear, of us detaching ourselves from their centralized central bank debt system and coming
Right.
up with our
It's a
own
global system. Its tentacles is global, and it got its hands. It's got its tentacles on every country on the planet.
every aspect. Yeah, it does. It does. So that means there has to be some serious dark magic done against that.
Oh, we doing it. We doing it. I'm meditating more. I'm getting my visualization because that's your power. Let me tell y'all your power. Your power is your a power to create visualization, and that's what the whole Doctor Strange movie is about.
Well,
He
that's
can
what I've been
literally,
saying from the
he can
beginning.
literally
Closing your eyes.
he makes circles in his mind, right? And then in
Yeah.
his circles, he creates spells within those circles. Those circles are those sigils are basically conduits for him to handle his magical energy. He's really just pulling from primordial energy and creating nothing out of something. He's creating manipulating reality by pulling from primordial force, primordial
Which
energy.
is exactly what I was talking about, using my etheric body to
So
pull
the thing about it
energy
is
out of the dark.
now what's happening is all of humanity is reevaluating what reality actually is now. That's up for debate like a motherfucker. What people have convinced themselves of what reality is now. Like that shit is like, no, you cannot. Like, what you've convinced yourself of reality, it has to be questioned now.
No, see, once we all come to the realization that we are beyond the gods, we're greater than the gods, and that's what we came down here for, is to realize this and raise this energy up. Then we can leave here. We can take the Mother Earth. We can take the soul of Mother Earth. We all go together because Mother Earth. All of this is alive. Everything is alive.
Well, it
So
could be,
we take.
I think we're going back to a situation energetically because everything is based on the energy, the condition of the energy, the vibration. This is why I say vibe. Everything is about
And we're all
energy,
one. And
right?
we're all
Yeah.
one.
And I think we're going to a frequency of vibration of when we was in Atlantis, but that same energy, that spirit energy that Atlanta was.
Well,
But it's more advanced because we are aware of Atlantis now, and now we're entering into a part of the cycle where that energy is prevalent.
where
That
we're
energy right
becoming
now
more
is
aware of
prevalent,
that
so
energy.
it's a possibility now.
Yeah, we're more susceptible to that. Yeah, it's very, very possible. Yeah, it's just we're in that season in our cycle.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we're no longer in those old cycles of old where the globalists and the power elite were able to rule us and get us to believe whatever the fuck they want us to believe, and also get us to believe that they're really running this place. They're
Right,
not.
right.
They're on their
That's
way out.
you know what?
They're
That's
on
one of
their.
the main lies that I've been trying to encourage people to break for years. Is that that's why I came up with the concept that there's no such thing as white supremacy. That doesn't exist. I did a video about that years ago. White supremacy is the result of us acting inferior. It's the direct result of us believing that we've this inferior position that they've told us that we in.
Yeah,
And
losing our true nationality.
That's the only way they can even have the audacity to step up when they already know who we are. Because we're not claiming who we actually are. We're not vibrating in the energy of who we actually are. You understand me? Even though we are the epitome of that. We are the epitome of it. Even though
they
we
got
are
us
the epitome of it. So it's like
they got us vibrating.
Huh?
They got us vibrating in their shit.
Right.
They got us vibrating in the fake shit that they created for us. That has nothing to do with us and making us think that this is what we fucking need, and we just been stuck on stupid with this shit for
I look at
400
it like
years
this,
now.
this is the metaphor I look at it for. Us being caught up in the subjugation of our of someone that is so inferior to us, right? It's like the sun even giving a fuck about what humanity is going through.
Yeah, because the sun
Don't
is
give
our
a fuck. We worried about sun flares. The sun don't give a fuck. It's gonna burn your ass if it want to. It's gonna burn its whole body. But they already see the thing about it is the earth and the sun have a symbiosis. They have a relationship. They have a covenant with each other.
Yeah, well,
that's why.
Yeah,
so, look, we've been protected by Mother Earth, and this is what y'all fail to realize. If it wasn't for Mother Earth, the sun probably would have burnt us up by now anyway. This physical aspect of who we are. Why y'all? Because that's what y'all all worried about. Y'all all worried about, my physical body, and y'all go to church every Sunday to realize that you are not your physical body, but you're being manipulated based on them threatening you of your physical existence.
Well, no, they're being threatened of their eternal existence. If they don't obey, they're going to burn in hell forever.
Okay, yeah, that part too. You're right.
Okay, that's their greatest fear. That's even more.
A lot of people are being manipulated from their physical aspect too. But you're right about that. They are being manipulated based on them setting them up mentally in their mind. The whole religious institution is responsible for this. I don't give a freak what religion it is.
Yeah, they're all
misleading. They're all misleading. You know what I'm saying? I don't subscribe to not one of them, but I go into the mystery and the science of all of them.
Yeah, the mystical side. Yeah, they all have a mystical side, and then they have a exoteric side, outer, just only outer, going by the apparent, because they all go by the apparent. They don't no inner meaning. They don't go by the inner meaning of anything.
Right.
It's all just all by the apparent and literal.
Any honest priest would tell you it's all allegory.
Yeah, and codes.
Yes, allegory.
You have
the allegory leads you to the code. Once you understand the allegory, you understand the code.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you're reading on the surface is not what it's really saying.
Right.
And they don't teach you that.
Knows this. Everyone is not necessarily, even though that paradigm is over with, where everyone here is an initiate now. Mm-hmm. All of y'all are Padawans.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You're going to be a Jedi.
Yeah, whether you want to or not.
Now, if you don't,
you're going to be a Jedi whether you want to or not.
It's up to you if you don't want to accept what I'm telling you. All of y'all are Padawans right now.
Yeah, well, it's up to you to figure out how powerful you want to be. Yeah, right, and it's
a magi. Your journey is to become a magi.
The Grand Master Magi.
Grand Master Magi.
The Grand Master Magi.
Now that's up to you. Or you? This is a school that I'm thinking in my head. I'm conceptualizing it. I'm you know what I'm saying, a secret school that I'm coming up with. It's gonna be called. It's gonna be. I'm just coming up with the basic breakdown of the secret school of self mastery.
Okay.
Because there is a lot of concepts.
You got inner self mastery.
Huh?
Inner self mastery.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, inner, outer too is like it don't matter.
Yeah, inner.
Period. It covers self-mastery covers the whole.
Yeah, the whole enchilada.
Yeah, the whole thing. It's holistic.
Yes, the whole list. Yeah, it covers everything. Yeah, and you read from more than one book. You learn from more than one book.
Oh my God! I mean, the thing about it is, people who come from those books, I've surpassed you. I mean, at the end of the day, like you can keep on being dogmatic about your religion, about your spirituality. Go ahead, I'm fine. I've learned to accept people's evolution, their devolution, their evolution or devolution.
The evolution, development.
It's you. It's your decision. I'm telling you, you're a Padawan. All of y'all are Padawans. All of y'all are Padawans.
Yeah.
You got to become a Jedi.
Yeah, and that don't come with no book. I don't know. There are many books you can read, but that is something in here.
Common sense trumps book sense. Common sense trumps book sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people with a gang of book sense that they couldn't survive. They have no wit about
themselves. I think you need both.
They have no wit about themselves. They don't know how to finesse. They don't know how to finesse. They don't know how, a lot of people don't have what they call tact. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of nuances that are overlooked in people's development. Like they don't even care about that part of their development. They like, this is why I encourage my children. I'm like, it's your journey. No, like you're gonna run into everyone around you, right? Who's squandering their time here as it pertains to their own self-development, right? Because they don't care about their self-development. So I'm saying don't be that way. I'm telling my children, don't be that way. Worry about your self-development. Don't let all these other people who are oblivious, who are just care about sensationalism, because that's really what it is. These people just care about sensationalism. You feel me? Anything beyond that or deeper than that, oh no, I don't have nothing. I even heard people talking about that. The new Kendrick Lamar album came out, right? And me personally, I'm not a Kendrick Lamar fan. I like some of the songs he said he do. But the thing about that make Kendrick Lamar a good artist to me is how he's able to dig into the nuances of humans' existence, humanity's existence. He's able to pull out certain things that people overlook. They see it and they overlook it, but he's going to highlight it so that you can know the nuances and see the subtleties going on all around you that you're just totally ignoring because it's like detailed information. It's like, oh, I don't need all those details. I just need to know. And I get it. I get like that sometimes.
He's real subliminal.
Huh?
He's kind of subliminal.
Who?
Him. You see your shit. You see your unconscious. See how you know, a lot of times when we do things, we do that shit we're unconscious of a lot of things that we do.
Right. He is kind of like some type of, he's just like Kanye. They do like self-reflective work, and they do it in a sense like that whole what you call Kanye did a song called can't think of the name. But he did a song basically talking about his vanity, his own vanity.
Okay.
He talked about his own vanity, and it was dope because he's just basically doing it so everybody else can try to kind of do some reflecting upon themselves.
Yeah, they can see their own.
Right, and that's what Kendrick does. That's what Kendrick does. He exposed his own inconsistencies, his own humanity, so that all of other humanity can see. Yeah, because everybody walking around here like robots, like they not. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're all walking. They're taking pictures of themselves.
Right.
They get here we go.
based on based, and they taking pictures based on some overinflated this what they call that
Some
shit
TikTok shit.
what they call that shit delusions of grandeur of themselves.
Oh yeah.
They have a delusion of grandeur about themselves. So
Well, yeah,
this is
that's
why they
every.
playing y'all with the social media. They playing y'all because everybody's rolling around here with a dysfunctional delusion of grandeur. And you know, I get people that tell me like I disagree with what they do, and they'll tell me I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you. And they say it in a way like that really gonna affect me in some type of way. Like I don't give a fuck. Block. They even say that, but guess what? They are so arrogant about their own self image and shit, or false self image of themselves, that they think that their fucking website means something to somebody.
and
You know what I
and they
mean?
want the whole world to kind of like bow down to these qualities or these values that they have.
That they hold for themselves.
Yeah.
They don't allow other people to tell them that they this and they that. They just over they over exaggerated in their own mind. Like I don't do that. I would rather somebody else tell me I'm what I am, because I'm actually being that. Not, you know what I'm saying, not this over exaggerated idea of myself.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
overinflated.
No.
Overinflated.
Most of my characteristics I didn't realize, because people just told me this. Damn, I didn't. You like this? You're very stern, like my name itself, stern.
Yeah, you do.
My cousin gave me that name. I don't think he even know the definition. That was spiritual when he called me stern. He was playing off my name Vernon, because my name is Vernon,
Burn it.
right?
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
They used to call me Vern though, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Vern Stern, right? But then I looked it up. It was very spiritual how I came up with it. I didn't call myself Stern. My cousins was calling me Stern off of Vern, and I'm like, how
Oh,
did I become? Because no, this is weird. It's very spiritual, because they didn't even call me Vern. Don't they never used to call me Vern, right? But for
mm-hmm.
some reason, they correlated Vernon with Stern. Some reason I don't know. It's spiritual to
And
me.
you don't live that far from Vernon, too, right?
Exactly. Exactly. But it's deeper. It's way deeper than that too. But it's like he called me that, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, Stern. Don't call me Stern early on. I was like, look, they calling me Stern. Then I looked that shit up.
Okay.
I looked that shit up. It
Uh-huh.
literally means relentless, right?
Relentless.
Harsh.
Oh,
Relentless.
yeah.
Harsh. And
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that describes me perfectly.
Yeah, that's like, that's what a Black Panther is when it comes to going after its prey. It's relentless. It
Right.
it will take on. It's not scared to take on whatever the fuck it's hungry to eat.
Right. Yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
familiar with the concept of because I recognize it. It's like a spiritual thing. I'm like, he started calling me Stern. I looked it up. I don't even know why I looked it up. Why did I look it up? It's all spiritual. It just, I don't know. I wonder. I was like, why is he calling me Stern? I looked it up. Stern, relentless, harsh. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
that describes me perfectly. Because that's how I
Okay.
am. I'm like, I don't have much. I didn't early on have much tact. I didn't really know how. I just talk to people. I just tell them how I feel, and I really didn't have no filter and shit.
Oh
And I was
shit.
harsh. I
Okay.
was a very harsh person. I would tell people the truth, regardless of how sensitive they are to it.
Oh, you didn't give a fuck. Oh shit.
Right.
Yeah. You
But that was
damn.
just like who I was. That's the type of person I am, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. That's just who I am.
Okay. Well,
It
usually
ain't
when
my
you do
it ain't
that,
my fault. It ain't my fault that people are extra fucking sensitive,
yeah, but you kind of like usually when you do that, then you have to prepare for something coming back at you because then it's like they feel like you hit them I mean that kind of hurt. So I gotta send something back to you.
Well, I look at it like I'm alone and nobody really fuck with me because of it. And it ain't even like I did anything that's disrespectful, right?
Yeah. Well,
I
I
just
mean, it will be verbal,
I just harshly tell the truth.
harshly. Oh,
I
okay.
harshly
Well,
tell the truth, and it's like they hurt by it because we live in a
you can,
society where people are extra sensitive to the truth. Why? Because they're in denial of it so much.
and they're very emotional too.
Right.
Very. Yeah, they're on that emotional plane hard.
Very emotional.
Yeah.
Sub emotional planes too, because it's not emotional intelligence that's suffice. They have a emotional ignorance, meaning they have no awareness of their emotions at all, which is one of the main things you have to master within yourself. And the one
Yeah,
thing is
definitely.
knowing your emotions,
Mm-hmm.
knowing your emotions, and being able
And
to tame
controlling them.
them. If you are a slave to your emotions, then you're gonna always be in
Give
trouble.
yourself off. You're gonna always give yourself off.
Yeah, you're gonna always be in trouble.
Yeah.
You have to master your emotions, not let it
Yeah.
master you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're
Because
gonna create so
your
many
emotions are
enemies.
actually a really your emotions are actually a foreseen mechanism. You can foresee things through your emotions.
Mm,
You can foresee things,
okay.
but
And what else?
if you are allowing your emotions or your emotions are out of whack and you know what I'm saying, you haven't calibrated them, people don't understand. They can set their phone up, but they don't even set their own being up. You even set your own self, and this is what I mean by self development work. Like, are you doing the
Oh,
self reflective work? Are you
yeah.
questioning yourself?
Are
Are
you
you
adding new apps? Are
or are
you
you
adding
just
new?
giving in? Are you just giving in because it's just convenient? It's everything that's convenient.
Hmm.
No, you got to challenge yourself. You got to challenge yourself.
Yeah, you do. And not only that, you got to put yourself. You got to put your own self through some pain and trauma in some kind of way. You got to. I mean, that's the only way you can shape something down here. You got to put a lot of pressure on it.
Right. It's really, like I said, the superpowers are the visualization,
Mm-hmm.
the emotional maturity. You can use your emotions to foresee what's coming. It gives you insight. It gives you
And
foresight. You know
and
what I'm saying?
also you can use your anger to turn some shit on and get things done
Well,
spiritually.
anger is just primordial energy untamed.
Yeah, but you can channel your anger. You can, because your melanin. Bobby Hemmett, he says that those entities within our Damians, they only respond to aggression.
Yeah, I mean they exist in that realm.
Yeah,
They
they
exist in that
respond.
realm.
Yeah, you can't come pussyfoot.
No, of
You
course.
yeah,
You gotta talk to them on the level that they understand. It's like you gotta really demand that what's
yeah.
being done, and it's not actually telling them to do it. This is
And
the difference
usually
between this is the difference between um, submitting to the will of Allah or carrying out the will of Allah.
yeah, and anger can help you carry out the will, because you can get so pissed off and you say, you know what, let's get this shit done right. Fuck
Well,
all.
anger has been all of the motivation that made me better myself. Instead of going getting angry and getting extra aggressive towards
Reactive.
something ignorant or
Yeah.
reacting, yes, I use that anger to go into the drawing board, go into the working,
Use it as
working
fuel.
it out.
Use it for fuel.
I use it for energy. Yes.
Yeah, you turn that shit into fuel, and you can fucking bend a goddamn bar in half.
Right.
Close your eyes and
Well,
focus
I've
on
been
that.
on it. I got a song that I think you should listen to called "Thank You for Breaking My Heart."
Yeah, you've
I did that
mentioned that.
song. You hear it before?
Yeah, I mean, I heard you mention that.
No, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
I did that song based on that premise that I reversed the polarity of what it was intended for, because it was the intent to do that to try to break me down.
Yeah, try to injure
I
you.
use it to build myself up.
Yeah, right.
That's why. That's what that song. That's the whole premise of where that song came out of. It's like, because I've been through that where I've seen that a female, her whole intent was to, because she knew that I had a certain a feeling for her, and she could break me down based on it. You understand me? And she could break me down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what happened was, I got a pimp mentality, so you feel me?
You got a what mentality?
A pimp mentality.
Oh, a pimp. Oh, okay.
So you can't hurt my feelings like that. I mean that you can't really hurt my feelings because I'm a pimp. Like I don't have a problem with a female choosing up. Feel me? I really encourage it, and I will tell a female. I wouldn't tell her before she even tell herself that, okay, you want to move on. I don't, no hard feelings. It's all good.
Oh yeah, I tell a chick that in a minute.
You want to go?
Shit, you be doing me a favor.
Freeze me up, shit. Freeze me up now.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to have that when I'm out here doing my flirtation thing, shit. I don't want to feel guilty.
And not only that, you look in your pocket. Oh, I still got money. Oh shit! I can go get those goddamn shoes now. I can get me this. Oh shit! I can smoke some good ass weed this week.
You said,
oh shit! No, she gonna call you up. No, baby, can you help me? I need some money.
Right. That's exactly why they try to keep that emotional leverage over you, because they can always come back and try to, you understand me, try to get some leverage.
Get what they want. Yeah,
they got that emotional leverage and shit.
Get that leverage.
I said thank you for breaking my heart, because it tells me something. It awares me. I love it. You know
so you get stronger, and you can live without that person.
Right. That's exactly what the lyric says. That thank you for breaking my heart. What don't kill me only makes me better.
Yeah.
Thank you for breaking my heart. Now
I can live without you. Yeah, I don't feel like I don't have to feel the way I used to feel. Oh my God, baby, I need you. Oh, don't leave me. Oh shit, you gone? Fuck it. Shit.
That was really young thinking when I was like that.
Yeah, I be saying
I was like that with a female before, but I was really young. That was when I was in junior high and shit.
Well, shit,
that was the one that really taught me, like, nigga, fuck that. I'm not investing my emotions in none of these bitches.
And if they want to go, I say, well, shit, she was getting fat anyway. I'm glad she left. She was getting out of shape anyway.
Right.
She was starting to lose it anyway. Shit, you did me a favor.
Man, anytime, because it's really, I don't like a female that don't like me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like me? Shit, I'm not about to chase your ass.
No.
You got to show some interest in me too for us to even connect. Yeah. I'm not about to make none of these females feel like they, you know what I'm saying, more valuable than they actually are.
No, fuck that. I'm the prize. I'm the prize. Unless you can bring something to the table that I can't, and you got something very, very valuable, that's gonna.
Listen, I've went celibate multiple times before, years. So no,
Uh-huh.
you don't have no pussy power over me, girl. No pussy
No.
power over me. I go celibate
Well,
on your ass.
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
For real.
I mean, yeah, I say, yeah, don't get me
Hardcore
wrong.
celibate on your ass. I'm talking about I done been celibate for years.
Yeah,
Feel
I
me?
know that feeling. I know that
It's,
feeling. I've been
it's
there.
complications. It's complication with these women. They always try to use that as leverage too.
Yeah.
They're trying to use that as leverage too. No, you ain't about to use that as leverage to me. Now, the only thing I want is a genuine person that wants to genuinely be around me and genuinely attracted. That's it. If that's not that, then shit, I can. I don't need it. I don't need sex life.
Someone who's down with you. Well, I want someone who's
I
down
don't
with
even care
me.
about being down. Because I don't want you to. I don't need. I don't need nothing like that. I don't. I mean, that if we. I'm talking about we building something together. Like that's the main thing. If I get with a woman and we building something together,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
And I'll
well,
kind of
that's
bow
being
down to
down.
partnership. I will bow down. Like it ain't like I'm all in love with her. I'm bowing
Mm-hmm.
down to we've agreed to build something together, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm bowing down to now. Now, as soon as she getting her feelings and try to act like it's about my attraction to her and she gonna use that emotional leverage in some type of way. Oh no, you ain't gonna you not about to do that to me. And
Mm.
I've ran to a lot of females who've seen that emotional maturity in me, and they are emotionally immature and they can't really. That's intimidating to them. They
Oh.
they want to be able to try to use that as fuel to boost their self esteem.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They want to
Oh.
use that.
Well.
Well, he cares about me, and I don't care about him like that, and that's boost their self esteem.
Well, sure. You know, when they actually my self conscious starts talking to me, it's like you don't want to put in all the effort. She don't give a fuck about you. You don't want to give a fuck about her. But would she do for you what you just did for her? Hell fucking no. So do
Right?
you need her?
Yeah, of course you go through that in your head when you like doing the profile on the broad or whatever you doing the profile. Does she give a fuck that she wanted over? You realize most of our sisters they on that vibration where they don't want to connect on the level where on a deeper level where let's build an empire. You know you need a sister to actually build an empire. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just being
Yeah,
honest. You're not going to
yeah.
build an empire by yourself. You need the
No.
feminine. You need the feminine complementary energy to actually make it
Oh,
happen.
absolutely. I
So
know that.
I'm willing to bow down to that, but I'm not about
Yeah.
to bow down to this woman who doesn't realize her real value and don't realize my value either. Because
Well,
if you realize your value, then you realize I'm valuable to you.
I've been here 57 years and I still haven't found that woman. I found many women in my life, but I haven't found that one. If I did, I fucked
Are
up
you
and my
actually? Are you? Did you ask yourself? Are you actually looking for that?
the woman that y- that's I started out that way. I started out.
Some people can tell themselves that's what they're looking for, right? Because if you put that in the universe, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna come to you.
It's going to come to you.
Right? Yes,
Yeah.
it's gonna come. It might not come on the time you want it to come, but it's gonna come.
Yeah. Well, that I got the person that I was with. There was nothing that we couldn't have done together. We could have done anything. It was just I have to blame part of myself. If I guess I grew out of it, or
But
I let
when you transcend, you're right. I agree with you talking about when you saying growing out of it and everything. But when you
mm-hmm,
with someone and it's transcended just that physical animalistic attraction and just we are on a whole nother vibratory level when it's not just about sex. It's not that we feel for each other and shit. It's a deeper connection where we see the potential in each other, and
Okay.
we're gonna apply that potential because we both believe in each other. We both believe in what we're doing. And
Oh,
see,
well,
that's totally different from just
yeah.
being in a relationship with somebody, and you understand
Well,
me.
that
Y'all
was,
just fucking. I mean, that's the levels. Levels to this. Most people
yeah.
in a relationship, they just fucking. They don't have no real deep or nothing beyond that. But then
And well,
they feel sorry for each other, like Sugar Free said. People in a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, is just two people feeling sorry for each other.
yeah. Now, I remember my wife and I, we made pacts with each other that, okay, I wanted to I wanted to go on and become a commodity broker and become successful at that. And she wanted to become a nurse, and we'll push each other. And, it was us against the world. That was the attitude that we had. That was the attitude that I had. And with
Right.
that attitude, we was able to start from the bottom. It didn't matter to me, and work our way all the way up to the top.
But that's what you could do when you have that complementary force.
Yeah. And
It's like the possibilities are endless at that point.
somehow, some reason, I kind of fucked that up.
Mm. Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of fucked that up. I mean, I allowed things outside of me and problems that I guess I compromised. I allowed myself to be compromised.
Mm.
I let myself be compromised.
You know what? You're more developed than most because most people are not even willing to accept that about situations that they. So a lot of people not even at that point in their self development. And with that,
Mhm.
I want to end the show, bro.
Okay, man. All right, we can end there.
Yeah, so I can go into the next show. Do you be peeping out my other show?
I try to, but shit, man. Most of the time, I fucking fall asleep after this show, man.
Right. I'll be up late. I'll be going to at least 3 now, 3:30,
Oh
3:20,
shit, man. Oh shit! After riding 50 something miles last night, I woke up today. I didn't have no energy, and I had to go fucking to the bike shop, like 3 mile trip, and I could barely make that shit today, but I did it.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll try to check it out, man, because I
Yeah,
bet
check
you
me
be
out,
having
man.
some good shit, man. All right,
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. I'll be
okay.
going in. I can pretty much say I got the only one, the only mix show that
Mm-hmm.
incorporates conscious, you know what I'm saying, teachers and things in the within the
In
mix.
the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know nobody else that does what I do on my mix.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
So
some
check
good
it out
shit.
though.
Okay. All
All
right.
right, y'all. See y'all
Okay,
next
man.
weekend.
Okay. Peace out, man. Chaos.
Peace, chaos.